rédíò Akíndàyìní ṣètọ́jú Adéaga aláṣẹ People's Magazine. Báyọ̀ Oyèfẹ̀sọ̀ ńkọ́ wọ́n gbádùn ẹ̀ jù tọ́jú yèyé arẹwà orékèlẹ́wà tí ń jẹ́ Sunshine. Pásítọ̀ Lálẹ́rẹ̀ mi ẹ kú iṣẹ́ Olúwa pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ ìjọ CAC Mount Zion International UK. Ẹ kú ìtọ́jú Adéaga bàbá mi pàtàkì ọ̀rọ̀ ṣì ń bọ̀ tó bá dọ́jọ́ wájú. Bóyá Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò. Primate ìkókà ń gbádùn ẹ jù pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ ìjọ Holy Pentecostal Church of Christ aládùúrà ní Calford London ló gbé ṣiṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ọba. Ẹ bá mi tọ́jú Yétúndé má jẹ́ kòkè ṣọlá tí ń jẹ́ màmá òkìkí. Bàbá àdúpẹ́ o bàbá àdúpẹ́ o bàbá àdúpẹ́ o lórí Adéaga. Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò.
Ayato, Noble People's International Magazine, unveiling Noble TV and Noble Radio worldwide.
Èrò ẹ wá wo ohun tí bàbá ṣe láyé ọmọ rẹ̀. Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá wọn. Ìròyà ẹ wá wo ohun tí bàbá ṣe láyé ọmọ rẹ̀. Noble People's International àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò Noble People's International na yóò bí bàbá Noble Radio Noble TV àìdèlò. When I think of the past, now you.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can.
Presenter for the day. Welcome to Business Surgery. It's me, Bani Abu. Today we're going to talk about business success. I'm going to invite few people into this program because today we want to talk about business success and what things that you need to do in business in order for your business to succeed. Because there are a lot of things you need to do. But there are things you need to focus on because it will help you. When you focus on certain things, it will definitely help you to bring a successful business. So stay tuned, relax, sit back and watch us and see what we're going to do. And listen to this program because it's going to help you in your business. Welcome again to our program on Noble Television, right at the Heart of London. It's me, Benedict Abu. So we talk about business success is what things that you need to do in running your business, what you need to do when you're running your business. Because when you're running a business, the business is your baby. The business is what you do. You have to care about the business. You have to concentrate about the business. So these are the things you need to focus in business. You need to dedicate yourself to this business. And because if you dedicate yourself to this business, you will be able to run well. You need to run the business well. So that's what we're talking about, business success. How you go about making your business successful. Because sometimes people say, oh, business success, business success. It's how you run your day-to-day business. It's all about success when it comes to business. It's all about operational excellence when it comes to business. But if you want operational excellence, you need to put some strategies in place. You need to put some things in place. I'm going to invite people and I'm going to share this program so that you, for the benefit of for others, invite people, share this program. Share this program with your friends, your family, and then you will, so that they can be able to know what to do when they're running their business or if they want to start their own business. If they want to start their own business. So this is what you're going to do, and we're actually going to be live now. I hope you take your pen, take your paper, write, take notes. Because when it comes to business, I tell you, anything you do, you have to take note. Take note of what you're doing, write down what you're doing, be able to, so that you can go back and look at what we've said. Share this program, because when you share this program, you will be able to share it on your profile. You will be able to go back and say, oh, what did she say about business? And how did she say it? And how is it going to happen? Business success. Do you want a successful business? Then there are things you need to put in place. There are strategies you need to put in place. You need the right data. You need the right information at the right time. You see, when we talk about that, when a layman say, be at the right place at the right time, that's the same thing when it comes to business. It's doing the right thing at the right time. Because sometimes we make decisions, and you might think it's right at that moment, but it's not the right thing to do at that right time, at the appropriate time. So now, I want to take you through step by step how you can do things that will benefit your business, that will profit, because not everything you do in business will make your business successful. There are a lot of things people will tell you, do this, do that, do this. Some of them doesn't make your business successful. Some of them don't help your business to grow. Some of them don't increase your profit. And in this way, you will be able to learn that business, when a business is successful, it's not all about the sales you make, because you can make a very good sales and yet your business is not successful. You can make a good profit and yet your business is not successful, because the way you run your business. And when we talk about running your business, you need to know what you need to do and at what time. When do you need to do that? That's why sometimes in business you talk about things like Gantt chart, where you put dates, say within this date to this time, this is what I am going to do. At this appropriate time, this is what I want to achieve. But first of all, the most important thing when it comes to running your business, you need to manage your cash well. People think like, oh, I sell a lot, I sell to this, I sell abroad, people are calling me to buy my product, people are calling me for my services. But are you, how are you managing that cash? How are you managing that cash? What exactly are you doing with that cash? How do you manage your business? Because cash flow is the most important thing when it comes to business success. You see, the other day they were talking about a construction company, which they're doing very well in the UK. They're actually doing very well. They employ thousands of workers, but then they run out of cash because they didn't manage the cash well. Not because they didn't get the money. They had less of contract. Big business. This is a multinational company. This is a company which they're not just in the UK, they work abroad as well. But because you don't manage your business well, you hear about business going into administration. About, I think it's a year or two ago, about a year when we heard about BHM going to administration. Businesses go into administration. But it's not just big businesses that go into administration. Small businesses do go into administration too. But the thing with small businesses, it's not published. That's the only escape you get. No one will know whether you go into administration. It's not published. So for you to run your business and to get a successful business, you need to manage your cash well so that you don't go bankrupt. You need to know what should you do. You need to plan your cash flow. You need to know how much am I selling and at what time and at what cost am I selling this product. Have you ever seen people who are actually selling things? Okay, let's say you're selling winter goods in summer. Unless if you sell it at a cheaper rate, then people will buy it. But if you're not selling it at a cheaper rate, people will not buy it. So when it comes to things like that, when it comes to things like that, you need to plan well. You need to know, what am I paying for? At what rate am I paying for? Who is my creditor? Who is my debtor? How do you manage this? Okay, you might think she's going into finance now. No, I'm not coming into accounting. But I'm telling you what you need to know, the basics that you need to know when you're running a business. First of all, you need to plan your cash. When you talk about planning your cash, it's like cash flow, what goes in your account and what comes out. Because you will have lots of money coming in, but depending on how you manage it, you have nothing left. That's why you find out that some business, what are your expenses? At what time do you pay your creditors? Because when you're running a business, you need to know, am I paying, if your debtor, basically your customers, if you sell on credit sales, yeah, if you sell your goods or your services, you provide the services before they pay you, then you need to know, do they pay me in 3 days? Do they pay me in 3 weeks? Do they pay me in 2 weeks? If your customers pay you in 2 weeks, there's no need for you to go and get a creditor who you pay in 1 week. It doesn't balance. So you need to pay them after you've got what your customer paid you, then you give them time to pay. Let's say they call it terms of payment. You need to know my terms of payment. When am I going to pay them? At what point am I going to pay them? At what time am I going to pay them? Who are my creditors or my suppliers? Because people think, okay, you see, that's why most businesses, you see places like Tesco's, that's why they make less of money. Because Tesco, like the big supermarket, actually, that's what I'm trying to say. The big retail store, they take your goods on credit, they sell it before they pay you. They don't take your good. Whilst we will take a good, we will pay cash and then we sell on credit. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to know, what are my terms of payment? When do I accept payment? What my receivables? Basically, receivables are the debtors, the people that owe you, the people that owe your product, the people that buy your product. The people that buy your product, who are they? And how do you sell? Do you sell cash? It's always good to sell cash in hand, because the thing is, then it will make it quicker. Do you sell cash? You go to buy, and that's it. Well, how do you get your product? Do you get your product? Do you pay cash for your product? Do you pay on credit rate for your product? How do you get? What way do you buy to people? So you need to know what's going out, your in and out, cash in and cash out. How do you operate it? Who is your supplier? At what rate? At what cost? Because sometimes when we talk about goods, selling of goods, sometimes people don't work their profit properly. You know why? You might think, oh, what do you mean that people don't work their profit properly? Because the sales of goods, when you're selling goods, the cost of the goods should be cost at from the moment you buy the product. If you're going to transport that product, how much is it going to cost you? Till it reaches the customer. That's what is called cost of sales. How much does it cost you to sell to that customer? Then you work your cost of sales, less certain amount, then you can be able to get your profit. And if you work your price, your selling price based on that, if you work your selling price based on your cost of sales, you at a percentage, then you will be able to make profit. But if you just work it on based on the cost of goods, you will not be able to make profit, because you have to put other things. Let's say delivery. Maybe you're going to, for them to deliver it, you might pay £5. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say I buy this pen, yeah? Let's say I buy this pen, let's say I buy it £2. But for the pen to reach my house, I have to pay delivery cost. Let's say I pay 50p for it to be delivered. If I'm going to resell this product to someone, it already cost me £2.50. I can't sell it £2.50 because my delivery cost, and I'm going to pay to post it to you as well. If I'm going to pay to post it to you, that means it's going to cost me, let's say, £3. If I sell it £3 to you, you think, okay, I bought it £2, so I should sell it £3. No, because it's the cost of sales. That's what you should work your pricing on. If it's gonna cost me from buying it to supplying it to my customer, if it's gonna cost me £3, then maybe I might sell it £3.50 or £4. But to be precise, I'll sell it £4. If it's gonna cost me £3, I'll sell it for £4. I will not sell it anything less than £4. Because what's the effort? Why are you doing the business? Are you there? Is it a hobby? I normally tell people, if you're not making profit, then that's not a business, it's an hobby. You need to make your business a business, not an hobby. You need to make it in a way where you're going to, in as much as you have empathy and you care about the customer, but you still make a profit, a reasonable profit, an affordable profit, not some exorbitant profits. I know people who do business and they want to make exorbitant profit. No, not that, but at least you should make a profit. That's why you're doing business. You need to develop a database culture. If you call someone, write it down. If you send email to someone, write it down, get their details. You go, most of the time we network with people. You don't take down their names. They give you their business card. You don't contact them, you don't call them, you don't speak to them, you don't send them an email, you don't send them a text. You say, oh, we met at that place, thank you very much. It was nice meeting you. I'm not telling you to flirt with people. When anything you're doing, when you're dealing with people that you met on your line of duties or on your line of business, make sure it's always professional. You don't flirt with them, but in as much as you're showing them that you appreciate meeting them. You send them a message, hi, it was nice meeting you at that program. Actually, I was away for the weekend. I went on a women's program, which is Ladies on Fire conference. I was all the way down in Edinburgh. I met other people. I met a lot of people. But when you meet people, do you take their details? Do you take their contact? Take their contact, take their details, talk to them. Hi, just send them a text. These days you WhatsApp, you do other things from Facebook, you add them on Facebook. You meet people, you add them on Facebook, you talk to them. Make sure you are always professional when you're dealing. If you present yourself as a business person, make sure wherever you go, whenever you talk to people, make sure you are very, very professional. You might think, why is she saying that? Yeah, people do business with people they like. Don't get me wrong. You have to make people like you, but you don't need to send the wrong message to people. So when you're doing a database culture, you need to really, really be careful when you need to know where is the line. Where do I draw the line? How do I get professional? How do I do it in a way that I'm not conveying the wrong messages to people? Because let's say I'm a woman, you might meet men on the way, you might be a man and you meet women on the way. So you might meet women on the way. So you will meet different people. And when you meet different people in life, make sure you're professional. Make sure you try to do the right things. Make sure you do what is appropriate. Integrity, decency. The way you portray yourself is how you take it. There's a saying in my language, how you sell yourself, and so treat could buy you. Basically, the way you sell yourself, that's how people will look at you. Whatever you do, that's the way people will respect you. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. If you portray yourself as a business person, that's what people will know you for. And when you go out, first impression goes a long way. And when you go out, the message you give to people, or the message you give to people you meet, that's the way they will respect you. And that's how they treat you. So get a database culture, write their details down, send them information. Send them information, track some key performance, see how you say key performance indicators, KPI. When it comes into business, you need to know what you're doing to give you a key performance. What are the indicators? What are the things you do that will give you higher performance rate? I'm not going to KPI today because that's a whole big topic that we need to do. I'm not going into KPI today, but you're going to exercise a business in a way that you're able to get people to know you, tell them about your business wherever you go, let people know what you do, who you are. Let people know what you do, who you are. How do you do your business? What you do. Let them know. Wherever you go, let people know what you do. Let them know what you do. Hi, how are you? Well, yeah, how to start. Yes, the program, cash of how much? Hi, welcome, Olotu. Yeah. If you send me the question again, I will be able to answer your question. Just give me 1 minute. Let me just do this. I'll be able to watch this and then answer your question. So you need to know where am I going to write it down? Write it down. Get a book. Get a database. I know we put things in our phone. You can create a database for yourself. You can use even basic Microsoft program to create database. You can write things down. Get a list. Get a mailing list. Get a calling list. How do you call people? Get the list down. Contact people. Send them messages. Keep track of them. There are some people who you haven't seen. Maybe you know them. They're on your phone book, but you haven't contacted them for a long time. Contact them. Get to know them. Let them get to know you too. Let them be able to know what you do. Send a message. This is what I do, because you have friends and family who doesn't even know what you do. You have families, you have friends, you have sisters, you have cousins that you don't talk to. They might be looking for the services that you provide, but however, they don't actually know what you do. Have you ever talked to someone and at the same time they tell you, oh, I was looking for that. Oh, do you know that's what I'm looking for? Or do you know I need this? I have just started my business and I need to actually get people to do this for me. So these are the things you need to do. You need to find out, write their names down, keep in touch, basically. Once in a while, send them a message. Let them know that you're around. Just keep track of them so that they know you're still around. Let them know what you do, how you're doing it. If you write the people that you send email to, write it down. When did you last send them an email? Keep track of it. Are you sending an email on a regular basis, like a promotion? How often are you doing it? Are you just doing it once, and is it a one-off program? Even the people, let's say you've got an event. Write their names down. Get a list of the people that attend, your attendees. Get their name on a list. Send them this information. Send them what you do. Share this program. I'm not going to be able to invite everyone, but I hope you're all enjoying this program, and we're talking about business success, things that you need to do to get a successful business, things that you need to do in order for your business to work the right way, for you to make profit, but for you to retain your profit. That's why you see when you work in account at the end, there's things that they talk about retain earning. What have you retained? It's not just about the profit, but what did you retain at the end of the year? What was your earning? You wonder why there are lots of people who do businesses, and you wonder they're making less of money, but at the end of the day, they don't have money, they're not rich. You will be surprised. You might think, oh, this person is rich, this person is actually doing well in life. This person is actually doing well in life, but however, they're not actually doing well in life. They're not actually making the money that you think they're making. Yes, they do have decent sales. They have excellent sales. You might think they have excellent profit, but they don't have excellent profit. You know why? Their expenses are too great. You need to engage in a planning way that you've planned. You might think, okay, I'm a small business. I don't have a strategic planning. I don't have a financial planning. No. Try to get a lean operation, lean planning. It might sound that, okay, I'm just doing a one-man business, I'm doing a two-man business, and I don't need all the, whatever you're doing, as long as you're selling to someone, as long as you're providing a services to someone. As long as you're selling to someone, as long as you're providing services to them, yeah, make sure you plan. Get a strategic plan. You ask, what do you mean by strategic plan? You know, when you do things and you just do a one-off, there's something they call, there's tactics and there's strategy. Tactics is something you can do, it will work. But if you do it the next day, it will not work. That's not strategy, that's tactics. It's not a system. You will look at it that, oh, I did it and it worked. But you try it the next time, it didn't work because it's a tactics. Strategies are things that it's programmed, it's been tested. There are lots of strategies that you need in business, and you need to use the right strategy when you're doing business. If you want operational excellence, there's no way that you'll be able to get operational excellence without using strategies. You need strategic planning. You need financial planning. You need to plan your business. You need to write things down. If you don't know how to do strategic and financial planning, talk to your accountant, talk to a bookkeeper. And if you're looking for one, contact me. I'll be able to help you. But you need them. You need that basic regular planning. Someone who is going to sit down and draw a plan for you. Who is going to sit down and tell you this is what you need to do between this and that time? You know, you might think you're good in business, but there are things in life that you need to outsource. You cannot do, no one will tell me they're good in sewing, and they're good in strategic planning, and they're good in marketing, they're good in everything. They say jack of all trades. You have to be master of something. If you're not master of it, don't do it. Basically, if you cannot do it well, don't do it. Two things that you can do perfectly well, if you make a mistake, you can go back and correct it. If anything that you do that you cannot correct, then you're not perfect in it. Business is all about problem solving. Business is not just about doing things. If you're sewing clothes, it's problem solving. You're solving my problem. Now, let's say this jacket I'm wearing, it's problem solving because it actually is keeping me warm. Even though I will not walk out in the street right now because it's extremely cold like this, but actually it's keeping me warm. So it's problem solving. You're a dressmaker, you're a beautician, you're solving problems, you're making people look good. You're an hairdresser, you're doing someone a nice hairstyle, and that will make them look good. People will appreciate what you're doing. So, but you need a strategic and a financial planning. Yeah? You need someone to sit down and tell you this is what you need to do. You need to do marketing. And if you need to do marketing, when do you advertise your business? When do you contact media people? If you want someone to advertise, if you want to advertise your business, if you want to put your business online, you want someone that will market your business well, contact Noble TV. We'll be able to show you what to do. We'll be able to tell you when you need to advertise, where you need to advertise. You can advertise with us on Noble Television here in London. Or wherever you are. If you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, contact Noble Television. We'll be able to work with you. We'll be able to show you what you need to do about your business, about putting your business into the global platform. So that's it. When you have to plan, know what you're going to use, the tools you're going to use, because sometimes people use different things. And as I always say, and it's the same, we say a bad workman quarrel with a bad workman, yes, she said it's very true. A bad workman quarrel with their tools. People will think like, oh, this is not working, because you're not an expert in doing it. So you will not get it well. If let's say you're a farmer, what you know is to grow the farm. What you know is to cultivate whatever you're doing. Cultivate that well. Any other thing, outsource it. Anything that you cannot do for yourself, that you don't know how to do, outsource it to people. Ask for help. Always ask for help. Don't assume. In business fail because people assume that they can do everything. People assume that they know things. People assume that I can do it because she's in it, I can do it. No, not because someone else is in it means you can do it. You need to know when and how you're going to buy things. Have you seen people who actually, they just buy? They buy anything, they just buy and buy and buy. They will see new computer, they will buy that new computer. They will see that new phone, they will buy that new phone. They don't need it. You need to buy at the right time when you need things in business. You need to know when to change things. It's not because everyone is using Mac. If you cannot use Mac, yours is to use that small tablet. Buy that small tablet. If you cannot afford it at that moment, don't do things because people are doing it. If your own business is small, keep it to your level. Work within your own means. Don't work without you want to do how these big people, these baba, they're doing, these big ones. Do that your small one. In time, within 2-3 years, you will reach that Baba stage. So do things in a way which is inappropriate, in line with your income. Don't overspend. Don't spend what you don't have. Don't take things on credit if it's not for business, if it's not going to profit you. If you're a business person, don't take things on credit if it's not going to profit you. Because even on computers, they tell you take it on a loan. If you can buy it, buy. Don't take it on credit. But if it's something, you might think, okay, you said cash inflow and cash outflow. Yes. If it's something that will stop your cash flow, if it's not beneficial to your business, and if you're not using it for business purpose, don't get it. Don't get things because everyone is getting it. Yes, you're a business person. There are a lot of offers that will come your way when you're doing business. You know, these other businesses, they're smart. They will send you, that's when they'll send you phone contract. That's when they'll send you, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? You see people calling you. They're calling you on a marketing sales program. Check all these sales call you're getting. Will it benefit me? What impact will it make on my business if I get that product? Or whatever I'm doing. Hi, Mariatu, welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Hi, Sonny. Hi, Madam Yetunde. Thank you very much for watching us. Thank you. Olutayo. Welcome and thank you very much. Did I get the name right? I hope. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you, everyone, for watching this program. If you have any questions, send it in, and I will be able to answer your question. Just send the question in and we'll be able to answer it for you. Okay, thank you. Do you want to start business now? Which business and what do you... We don't miss your McDonald's gift too. Okay, I will read those questions. There's comment later. There's someone who's looking for a business that I will start. I have the capital, but I really need advice. Or you're looking for business you start. If you're looking for a business that you start and you have the capital, we will be able to talk. We need to book up an appointment. We need to know when do you want to start the business? How do you want to start the business? What kind of business? What are you good at? What are you good at? I'm answering this question from Madam Olutayo. I'm seeing a woman picture. That's why I'm saying, Madam, I don't know whether the name is correct. So if you're looking for a business that you want to start, you need to know what are you good at? What do you like? And I'm coming to that part when I'm talking about business success. I'm coming to that part. You need to understand your margin for your product and services. When you're doing business, sometimes even people buy products from others and resell as a reseller. If you're doing business, what's your profit margin? Let's say even we, as we're talking, I told you I do accounting. Even us as accountant, when you're doing business, if I am selling a product, let's say QuickBooks software, I don't implement the software. We'll get the software from QuickBooks. But if I have to sell the payroll program to someone, I need to know that I'm not losing. I cannot get it from QuickBooks for £10, let's say £10, and I sell it to you for £5. Then I will be losing. In as much as I want to keep the customer, I will be losing. So no, you need to know, you need to understand what is your profit margin. Are you selling at 2% profit? Are you selling at 10%? If you're doing business and you're getting 2% profit, unless you're doing a bulk sales, you're not going to make money. You're not going to enjoy in the business. You're not going to enjoy in the business. You're not going to carry on, because when you talk about business, it's about consistency, ongoing concern. That means you're going to do the business for the next 5 years or more. Ongoing concern, something which you're going to be doing in a long run. Don't do any business that you don't want to do in the next 5 years. That is not business, it's a project. Anything that is short is not a business, it's a project. If you want to do business, think about what you want to do in the next 5 years. Do we want to do something like this? Is this a platform I want to stay in the next 5 years? That's why you see, if you go on interview, people ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? If you go on a job interview and they ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And you say, oh, I see myself flying to Dubai. They know you don't want the job. They're not going to give you. So that's the same thing with business. You need to do something you're going to like, something you're going to love. Do things you love, because things you like, for me, I can like you, I don't love you. If things you love, you stick to it. You take whatever I take, as long as you love it. When I love something, I can do whatever it takes for me to prove it. So do things that you love. Don't do things that you like. So you need to understand your profit margin. Lots of small businesses don't know their bottom line. They don't know how much, when they buy things, how much does it cost them. They know how much it costs, the cost of the goods, but they don't know how much the good costs, because as I was saying, you consider the amount you pay for delivery to your place and delivery from your place to the customer. If you are the one going to send it to the customer, you need to talk about those things. You need to know at what margin. Are you selling it as a profit margin? You need to know what is the profit margin, how much are you going to make. Make sure you get a reasonable and an affordable profit margin. When you're doing business, retaining. Do you know how much big businesses pay to retain their staff and their customer? For me, I use the example that I know. Let's say like the army, every 5 years they give you a bonus. After 8 years they give you a bonus. Do you know why? Because they want to retain you. Because it costs more to train a new employee or a new staff than to retain a talent. You need to retain. When you have a talent, if you're into business, you know that person is a talent. Don't let them go. Try to retain them. Because when you retain a good employee, it costs you less. You will save more. You will save more when you're retaining a good employee. Because they will do the work right. They will be able to, the time you're training a new person, when a new person comes, they might make mistakes, they might forget things, they might not do the work the right way, and your customer will be complaining, or the delivery won't go out on time, or when you need it for it to go. When you're doing, get a recruiting strategy and a retention strategy. Big businesses do retain people. Big business do pay to retain people. That's why they do things like headhunting. They know you're good, they will search for you, they'll find you when they want to recruit. Big businesses, when they recruit in certain position, in certain strategic position, they don't just get anyone. They try, they search about you, they know who you are, and then they get you. You need to know how to manage your business. You need, every day, if you're a business person or manager, cultivate habit of listening to something online every day, once every day. If you work in 9 to 5, get a habit of you cultivating something good. Listen to motivational things. Listen to even news. I know I've got a lecturer who told me he normally wake up 5 o'clock in the morning because you have to listen to news. You need to know what's going on around you. You need to know what's going on in the business environment. You need to know what's going on in your environment. If you're a business person, you need to know what's going on in the business environment. What's going around with your location, your own environment. Because when it comes to business, even your community affects your business. Your customer affects your business. Your client. Today, City Airport was closed. If you're a business person, it will affect your business. But if you don't know that City Airport was closed and someone is supposed to come and do business with you, or you're supposed to go for a business meeting, you would have run to City Airport and then you find out that it was closed. Make sure you listen to things online every day. Be able to check on if you have a website, check on your website, see what people are posting about you, see what people are saying about your business. People will give good feedback, but there will be negative feedback as well. So if there's a negative feedback, you'll be able to tackle it. You will be able to know, how can I do? What do I need to do in order for me to make this work? What do I need to do? Check the reviews. What do I need to do? Listen to your customer. Find out what they want, what they need. You be the first person to give them what they need. You know, when you have your customer, if you go online, you'll be seeing what they're communicating about. Check so that you know. Be the first person to give them what they want. Be the first person to give them what they want. Don't wait until someone else gives it to them, then you be the substitute. No, be the first person to give them what they want. Marketing, you need to market. As I was saying, you need to do marketing. When you are doing business, business will not succeed if you don't do marketing. Every business, you have to have a marketer. Who run your marketing program in your business? Who do you use? Most times, small businesses don't understand marketing. They just think marketing is just about selling their product. They just think marketing is just about telling people about their product. No, that's not marketing. What do you spend your money in when it comes to marketing? How do you spend your money? You need to know. How do you spend your money? Thank you very much, Ma. How do you spend your money when it comes to marketing? Do you pay for the right things? What do you need? Do you use things like television advert? Do you use things like Facebook? Do you use Google? What do you use to market? Where do you do your marketing? Which one works? Because it's not all marketing that works for you. It depends by the type of business you have. That will determine the type of marketing that you need. So you need to know what exactly are you doing and how are you doing it? Which marketing? Who do I need to speak to? If you want someone to talk about marketing, contact us on Noble Television. We'll be able to tell you how you can market your business. Whether you need to, when you contact us, we'll be able to tell you whether you need to advertise on telly, whether you need to advertise on newspaper or magazine, where do you need to advertise? Because people and different businesses can advertise in different way, whether you need us to advertise for you online, wherever. Just contact us and we'll be able to tell you. Because it's not like suit. You go to any, even suit when you go, even when you go and wear clothes. Even when you buy clothes, you know there are some clothes, one size will not fit all. Even if you think if you buy a jacket and you say this is a size 14, there are some people who have big breasts. If you buy size 14, it might not fit there. There are some people like me, maybe some size, there are some places where God has blessed you. If you wear the clothes, it will be coming up and it will look short. Not because it's not your size, but because of where the clothes fit. You need to check the fitting of the clothes. So you need to check it and see, is that right for you? That's the same thing when it comes to marketing. You need to check what marketing is right for you. Which way do I need to advertise that is right for me? Which way do I need to sell my product out? How do marketing is not all about just showing people your product. Marketing is not just about advertising. Even sales come under marketing. How do you sell your product? Who do you sell your product to? How do you target the people? That's part of marketing. Which method of marketing do I need? Do I need an online? I was talking the other day about business model. Which model do I need to use? What's the channel? Which channel do you need to use to communicate with your customers? All that are part of your marketing strategies. You need to know. Do I need to use a local newspaper? Which one work for you? Do you need to use things like Google Analytics to find out what tools do you need? But with everything you do, contact the expert. And here at Noble Television, we're the expert when it comes to marketing. Contact us. We'll be able to tell you. We'll be able to direct you. And we'll be able to hold your hand and show you. You know, like when a baby walks, they need someone to hold their hand. We'll be able to hold your hand step by step and show you what you need to do. So when it comes to marketing, contact us. You need to do about promotion. That's part of marketing. Branding is part of marketing. How do you brand your product? How do you brand yourself? That's part of marketing. You need to be able to talk to your customer, communicate with your customers. I'm laughing. You know why? Do you know why I'm laughing? Because no one is perfect. That's why I was laughing. You need to be able to talk to your customers. What I am teaching you is not just what I know or what I do, but that seems you fall short on. That's why I'm laughing. Because it's not every day I have the time to communicate, but it's something that it's a must. When I tell you things, I tell you the things that are appropriate, the things that they are must, the things that you should do. That's what I am telling you. The right things that are right. For me, I don't just say do what I say, but don't do what I do. No, because the thing is that we are learning. We are all in a learning stage. We learn. We'll learn when it comes to business. We'll learn when it comes to anything we do in life. But we need to learn. You make mistakes, we move on. Learn from the mistakes and move on, and make sure you don't do it again. So don't get me wrong, because we all fall short at some time. And that's why we need the grace. That's why we need that divine strength for us to be able to carry on what God has called us to be. Because if God has called you to be a business person, you need that divine strength for you to move on with it. Because there are times when you fall short. Some people tell me I'm perfect. When I do my business, I do it excellent. Everything is right. There is a saying that if everyone is happy with you, then you have compromised with a lot of things in life. And I believe no one can be able to compromise with everything so that everyone will be happy with you. There are times when people will not be happy with you. So if you make a mistake, correct it and move on. So that's the thing, nothing else. No hard feeling. Try to get it right the next time, because let it don't be an error. Let it just be a mistake. Yeah? You get it wrong. You pick up, you find out, where did I go wrong? How did I get it wrong? Find out from there, rectify it, and then move on. Talk to your customers. As I was saying, send them email, send them text, sometimes call them. Find someone to call if you cannot call. But for me, I believe the best person to speak to your customers, sometimes you can be the best person. If it's about money, if you know you cannot talk to them well about money, find someone else to do. Credit control, you need to call them. If you run a store, do like a weekly promo advert. Do a weekly sales. Once in a while, like once in a while in a month. It doesn't mean when you're doing good, it just reminds me about something. When I said do sales, if you don't do sales on your best product, because if you do sales on your best product, you'll be losing. Because that's what everyone like. Why will I do sales on what you're going, whether I reduce it or I don't reduce the cost, you're going to come and buy. But there are things which maybe you might have a new product, you want them to get used to it, reduce the price for them, give them 10%, 20%, whatever discounts you find it fit, because you know the cost of the product, so you will be able to know what you need to give it, what you need to give them. Get a monthly sales program which you'll be doing. Introduce them to new product. You know, we all say change, change, change. Do you know change is hard to get along with? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your level of education. It doesn't matter your surrounding. With change, you have to give people time to adjust and adapt. So if you want to introduce a new product, you need to give them at a lesser rate. Let them try it and see. Reduce the price. And then let them know that this is just an introducing offer. Because there's something with people, as I was saying, change. It's hard for them to be able to get into the new rhythm again. So let them know that this is a new product I've got. I am doing it as an introducing offer. Yes, Michael said, well done. Marketing is in all encompassing, even from the early preparation. Yes, you have marketing start from day one. There are things that you need to do in business which you start from day one to the last day. You have to market a program. Marketing is just about advertising. Marketing includes finding your customer. If you don't start from day one in finding your customer, who are you going to sell to? You start from day one. Get the right things, get the right marketing strategy, know who are your customer, know who to target, know where to sell, branding, how do you brand yourself? Do you have a logo? Do you have a website? Do you have a business card? Get those things right. Talk to your customer, whether you're doing a call, once in a while, give them a call. I didn't tell you call your customer every day because that takes time. Because maybe you call them and they might want to talk about something else. Call them. Let them know what you have. Maybe you've got a new product. Just call them. Oh, hey, how are you? I've got a new product. Guess what? I've got this new product and I think it will be good for you. I think it will be lovely for you. I think this will be nice for you. I've got this new services. Oh, do you know I work with QuickBooks now? I'm a QuickBooks Pro advisor. Do you know that? And this is... I can help you to save money on your accounting software. I can be able for you to save money on your tax costs, on your expenses, on how you pay your customer. or I can be able to save you money on how your customer pay you. So these are the things you need to do. Call them once in a while. Let them know what you do. Keep in touch. Don't be a stranger to your customer. Don't be a stranger to your supplier. Keep in touch with them, because the more you keep in touch, the more you get that rapport. Business is a collection of relationships, just like life. So you need to build that rapport. You need to let them love you and like you. People do business with people they love, like, and trust. So you need to get it right. Talk to them. You need to know who are your competitors. It's just like they say, if you know your enemy, you are at the same strength. Yeah? Because you know who your enemy is. You're watching them. See, my eyes is on you. I've got an eye on you. Yeah? You need to know who are your enemies. Who are your enemies? But business is not about enemies. You need to know it's a competition. How are you going to compete? Basically, like when you're doing a race. If you're in competition with someone, you need to know, when do they train? Do they train in the morning? Do they train in the afternoon? How do they train? Where do they go? What do they do? You need to understand there are both direct competitors and indirect competitors. People will compete with you. You don't know they're competing with you. They'll use other people for them to compete with you. You need to find out who are your competitors. Are these people my indirect competitors or my direct competitors? If they sell the same goods as you or they do the same services as you, no way. They are definitely your direct competitors if you're doing the same things. If you're doing alternate products to what they're doing, it's just like bread and butter. Yeah? Without butter, sometimes bread will not sell. They are alternate products. You need to know, are they your competitors? Are they maybe people you can work with? You need to know. Know your competitors. Know what they do. You always need to keep an eye on your competitors. You need to know what they're doing, how they market. Do you know if you know, do you know big businesses, that's how they do. If you know how they market, you'll be able to market well. If you know how, if they are your direct competitors, if you know what words they're using to the customers to get more sales, you'll be able to get it. So you need to know, but you need to do research. With business, it's all about research. For you to know your competitor, it's about research. You need to find out. If you don't know how to do research, find someone who can do research for you. You need to research. Talk to people. You need to know what pricing they're selling. I talk about pricing. I tell you, your business is all about the price as if you're selling. That was exactly what I started with. Your selling price. Find out if your competitor is selling this pen for £2 and you're selling this pen for £10. It's the same functionality. I don't think. Yeah, you might think if you're going to sell to maybe Richard Branson, even Richard Branson, they use what word will I use? They try to use things that are economical. When I say things that are economical, they use things that are affordable. If you'll be surprised what people that are actually just into business. Actually, you can call if you want to know, if you want to contribute in this program. After I finish this part of it, I'm going to give you time to call. Call in and ask a question. The number to call is 0207 4505 382. Or 07424207882. My producer is going to put that on the line for you. Is going to put that on the screen for you so that you'll be able to call and contribute in this program if you want to take part. Oh, thank you very much. They've already put it there to call. Thank you so much. You see, he's switched on. I think he's watching me. I thought he wasn't watching me. Oh, you see, now I have to be good now. I have to be good girl. So you need to know, you need to find out, who are your competitors? What price are they selling? If they're selling at a particular price, you need to do it in a way that you merge with them. Don't sell it lesser than them, because that's what most people do. If my competitor is selling this for £1, I will sell it for 50p. But if you undercut the price, are you making profit yourself? You need to do it in a way that you make profit. Are you making profit yourself? Don't cut price because you just want to spoil business. As I say, bad business. Don't do bad business because you're in the business to stay and you're in it to win it. So if you're in it to win it, you have to do business right. You don't use statics. I tell you to use strategies. Use a system. Get a pricing system. What's your pricing system? At what cost am I going to do pricing? How am I going to sell it? If people are selling it for that price, am I going to sell it just above them or am I going to sell it within them? You might be surprised. Do you notice that if you can buy the same clothes, let's say I'll use Clarks as an example. You can buy the same shoe at Clarks. The Clark in Oxford Circus might sell it different from the Clarks in Peckham. And you wonder why. Because the Clarks in Oxford Circus is paying more for their for the shop they're selling on than the one in Peckham. So you need to find out where am I selling it? Where is your location? Your location matters when it comes to your location matters when it comes to things like that. You need to know. You need to know where am I selling from? What cost am I going to sell? There's no need for you to go and sell a shoe in Oxford Circus and you sell it £1 when you're going to, the cost of you selling it or the cost of you storing it in Oxford Circus is going to cost you more. Are you making profit? When you do pricing, you need to make sure you make profit. Business is about making profit. Business is not a pleasure, it's not a hobby. It's about making profit and profit that you can retain. Because you can sell something and your expenses, as I said earlier about your cash flow, if your expenses is more than what you're selling, then it's not business, you're running at a loss. You need to have a high purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you doing business? I keep putting that in my program. Why are you doing business? Are you into business to compete with others? Are you into business to spoil business for people? Have you seen people who, when you do one thing, because you're doing it, they want to do it? If you go and say, I'm starting a cleaning business, they'll go and start that cleaning business just for you not to succeed. Don't be that type of person. Be the person who have a purpose in life. Do business because that's what God have called you to do. Do business because that's the plan and the purpose of God for your life. Don't do business because you want to shut that person down. What profit will it make it? So what will it cost a man to gain the whole world and loses his soul? You're losing your soul because basically you're injuring someone else. Don't think, okay, because I heard about this radio station, I'm going to open my own. Is that what God have called you to do? No, that's not. I'm not preaching here, but that's not what God have called you to do. Do business, something that you've meant to do, something that is your calling, what God have called you. God have a plan for everyone. Do things that you're within the right purpose. Do things that you've been trained for, things that you know. Don't do things because of jealousy. Don't do things because of envy. Do things because you think, okay, I have been called to do that. Maybe I have been inspired because this person is doing it, so that inspired me to do it. If that inspired you to do it, then good. That's why when it comes to business, it's all about integrity, determination, focus. Are you dedicated to do it? Don't do something, you do it once because you just want to close the next man down. Do it because you think it's right for you to do it, and because I've got a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Hello. Yes, caller. Hold on, let me try and put you on speaker. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Daniel.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I want to contribute to what you are saying online now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about business.
Yeah.
I think I need you to lay emphasis on is a business a pool of risk. So whatever business you are doing, like the normal definition, the way we know it then in those days, that the definition of business is a pool of risk. And I don't know how you can expatiate and explain more about it. That when you are going into business, that doesn't mean to also.
Okay, business is not a pool of risk. You see, when it comes to business, with everything you do in life, it's a risk. Everything you do in life, you're taking a risk. But you need to check the risk you're doing. That's why I say you have to plan. You have to sit down and do strategic planning. You need to check your risk. Is it controllable? With business, if you listen to one of my programs, I was talking about risk in business. When I was talking about flooding and other things. You need to know, check your risk. Are there controllable risks? If it's risk that you can control and it's too much, don't go into it. If it's risk that you cannot control, that because you have things like government regulations that will happen, things that you cannot control that will happen and you cannot prevent it, then check. That's why I said when you're doing business, you have to do research. Know the risk. Is it something you can handle? Is it something you can manage? When you're running a business, mostly the first year you don't make a profit. Sometimes you can break even in the first year.
Yeah, I want to bring in an instance.
Yes.
For example, there is a company that is those days I know a company that is running manufacturing a computer.
Yes, please.
A calculator. To calculate, that's what they normally do. They just do it. They produce calculator for people. But today we have calculator on our phones.
Okay.
You want to tell me those companies those days, they never planned business strategy before embarking on it, or what we do call those things?
Oh, good. It's good. I like the question you've asked. You see, when it comes to strategies, there are business strategies. Do you know that's why big businesses, they always, in as much as they have the whole experience, people, they still always recruit people with fresh idea, fresh talent, people from people that have just graduated. You know why this happened? Because a strategy that will work maybe 2 years might not work this year. When it comes to strategy, you need to have fresh ideas. What are the strategies? I was talking about there are different type of strategies that you can use, different type of business model. It depends what business model they were using at that time. So after some time, they will run out, and the business model they were using, because of technology and environment and other things that have improved, they will fall out of the strategy, will not be able to work.
Yeah, because I believe technology improves every day, and like those people who are manufacturing calculators alone,
yeah,
and they will be out of business now.
Well,
so I think they did not really study the risk, the future risk of their business, of their stability in business. And they fail to do that.
Well, they will need to go and review their strategy, because sometimes people do strategies and they don't review it. When it comes to things like strategy, you need to review it. You need to see, is it still working for me? What I planned 2 years or 5 years, whether it's a 10-year, if they have made a 10-year strategic plan, they need to know to review it. That's why you need to make a plan that you can review. Is it a 3-year plan? Is it a 1-year plan? Is it a 6-month plan I have? That's why with every business, you have to be doing meetings. I was talking about meetings. You have to be doing meetings to see what we're using. Is our strategy still working? Are we in line with technology?
Yeah.
Are we...
I believe the way technology is going now, lots of people who are not computer inclined,
Yeah.
they might be out of business.
Yeah.
Because the world is going digitally now, and it's really affecting a lot of businesses. And people are not really putting the fact that technology is dynamic.
Yeah.
And they are looking at it that, well, they got names, like if Coca-Cola, I'm just giving an instance, if Coca-Cola still remains, they never had anything to it, they never had sugar to it.
Yeah.
Technology is not affecting their sales. So why is it like that too?
Well, because that's what I'm saying. I said people like Coca-Cola, do you know they actually have a graduate program? Because so they recruit people that are coming from university every year. Every year they run their own graduate program. They include fresh ideas, fresh market strategies. That's why when it comes to... Yes, that's what I'm coming now. When it comes to things like Coca-Cola, you notice they've got things like cherry. They're improving different style. They're now even doing things like zero Coke with zero sugar. They've got things like cherry. In those days, they never used to have things like the cherry Coca-Cola. They only have the normal one you should just open and drink, the original one. But these days, you see they're putting different fruits to it, different ingredients to it. They're reducing sugar. You have things that are like just like the fruit punch. They've got different things that they're doing.
Okay.
And that's what small businesses fail to do. Small business think that if you have a plan, you've planned your business from day one, that's the same strategy you use till the end. Big businesses don't. They recruit people that are just coming from university. They include strategies every year to improve their business. If you want to, because these people have the right details, your details have to be relevant. When it comes to information, you have to be relevant. What information are you using? They need to do review of your... Yes. Yes, you need to have fresh ideas.
If I want to start a small business,
yes, please,
and I don't have the knowledge of the business, is it advisable for me to go into the business?
You don't have a knowledge. When you mean you don't have a knowledge, have you?
I don't know about
nothing. Yeah. Do you like it? Is it something?
A friend introduced me to a business, and I'm not conversant with the business, but
you have to do a research.
I've done a lot of research, but I'm not really good in it. But I'm going to be a sitting partner.
Yeah.
While my other friend is going to be an operational partner.
Well, that's great. You're partnering with someone in the business, which is great. But if it was just you alone, I would tell you don't go into it if you don't understand it. Anything you're doing when it comes to business, because that's why businesses fail, because most time people go into business because maybe someone tell them to do it and it's not something you like. That's what I was saying earlier on, that if you're going into business, do something you want to do in the next 5 years. If you don't have anyone in the business that have the idea, don't go into the business, because you're going to employ experts who you'll be paying lots of money for their ideas and for their talent. If you don't know about it, if you have a partner who is well conversant with it, then that's good. You're just partnering with someone. Maybe you've got another expertise, you can share it with the person to run a successful business.
Okay. All right. So, like, if someone wants to start just a minor business, like going into bakery, baking stuffs, and getting all those supplying, and what are the features and characteristics someone needs to watch out for?
You need to find out how much is it going to cost you, the cost of business. How much is it going to cost you? What's your initial investment? You need to know first of all. Is it something affordable? Is it something you can do? Do you have the right expertise? If you don't have the right expertise, are you able to employ people with the right expertise? You need to find out. You need to find, the most important thing is the capital. What exactly is involved? What are the regulations?
But what my friend told me, he said we should go and look for customers first. We should tell them that we are coming out, so our product will be coming out at a particular date, and we should go and start looking for people that are ready to get our stuff before we start production,
That's before you start production.
Yeah, before we start production.
But you would have done the business plan. You need to plan the business. Before you go into any business, you need to run the business plan. You need to know what you need to do. What do you need? What actually do you need to run this business?
Okay.
You need to know what do you need to run this business. How can you go about running this business?
Okay. Then about accounting.
Yes, please.
Can you?
Okay, 1 minute. Let me just answer the last question you asked. You asked about finding the customers. When you're running a business, you need to get the customer before you start the business. But doesn't mean that you need to get the customer before you plan the business. That is starting. Before you start, there are a lot of other back-end work you would have done, like planning, the strategic planning, the financial planning, marketing it. You need to, that's where someone was saying on this program, it says the marketing starts from day one. We should start the marketing from day one. Why is it? Well, that would have been after you've planned it on the back end. Taking it to the front face is you need to market it, and that's finding the customer is part of your marketing.
Okay, that's a good one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your answers, and we'll keep on watching your program.
Thank you. And if you need more information, you can call on this number, and we'll be able to give you advice after the program.
Thank
you very much. Is there a way that we can create proper African economy here in the diaspora, just as you see the Asian dominating even in their daily need consumer? Yes, that's a very good question, Mr. Michael Ola Omowa. Thank you very much. That's a very good question you've asked. Yes, we can be able to create a very good African economy, but we need to work together. We need to work in hand. The problem which sometimes we face as Africans is we've got lots of talented people that are Africans. Oh, they can use their talent and do business. But you know the thing? We try to bring each other down. If we stop bringing each other down, if we work together, if we stop competing against each other, then we will be able to create a better economy. Everyone is not created to do the same thing. It's just like everyone is not created to be a fashion designer. Everyone is not created to sell bags. You've got someone who will be creating producing the bags, someone that is actually someone that is actually meant for sharing the information, someone that is meant to do the marketing, someone that is meant, you have your brother there that will be meant to do the advertising or to do, who will work in the media section. If we work in hand with each other, we work, everyone do what they're created to do, then we will create a better economy, a better African economy. We need to love ourselves. We need to love each other. Because you know the funny thing, with an African, if they see you doing something, they want to compete with you, even if they don't know what you're doing. They will rather go and pay someone to come and do it for them so that they compete with you. They don't want to lift each other up. And you know the funny thing, most times the people that say, oh, you need to work together, you need to lift each other up, you need to support each other, these are the people who don't support you. We need to start supporting black businesses, then black businesses will create a better economy. There are a lot of talented Africans in this place, lots. It's amazing, you see, and most of them even work. They will prefer to even, work more or support all the other people than supporting their own brothers. We need to start to love each other. When there is love in the African business or in the diaspora, when there is love for one another, when we start loving our neighbors as ourselves, when we stop criticizing someone, you see someone doing something, even though you know you can actually support that business, instead you'll be criticizing that business. You started saying, if they're selling food, you start saying, this food is not nice. You don't go and tell them that this food is not nice. You sit at the back and tell them that this food is not nice. Go tell that person, speak to them one-to-one. You don't need to say it in public. Call the person, give them advice. Say, you know what, I like your food. Because there's something which they call constructive criticism. You can criticize the person. It's not all the time. You don't bring each other down. When you stop bringing people down, you can tell them, you know what, this program you're doing or this food you're doing, if you can put a little bit of, so I know you know your game, yeah? I know you know your business is your business. But me as a customer, I am just telling you that I would rather like it if you make it a little bit less spicier or more spicier or less salty or more salty. Give the person feedback. Let it be a positive feedback. You tell the person. That's why sometimes when I write to people, I talk to people, I use the word however. There are phrases, there are words you can use. Not that you criticize, don't criticize the person. Yes, they've done something wrong, but they've done the right thing. Praise people when they do things right. Don't just wait until they do things wrong, that's when you start. If we stop bringing each other down, we start supporting our businesses, black people will do immensely well in this in the diaspora, whether we're in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, America, whatever continent we are, we'll be able to do well. One of the most educated people I've ever seen. Yeah, but they prefer to go and work for someone else when they can even start their own business. Very educated, very talented people. Even you can see, even back home, in those days, people can make those, you know, those toys. In those days, there were no lot of toys, apart of doll and balls. Yeah, people used to make these cars with rubber, with tie wires. Talented. But we don't support each other. When we start supporting each other, we will make the best community. We will build our nation. We will make our nation become great. Let's start by supporting someone, by helping someone. You see someone will be making an event. Instead of you going there to support them, you sit down and laugh and say, oh, no one attend the event. No, because you just don't want to. You see someone doing something nice, support them and say, well done. What you're doing is great. And maybe you don't have the time to go there, but you can share it, you can show people. Right now we're doing this program. Share it, share this program. Let people know what people are doing. Let people know about Noble Television, that Noble Television, this is what they do. When we begin to help each other with the little things, one good turn deserves another. When we begin to help each other with the little things, Africans and Africa will become great. When we stop the jealousy, when we stop the envy, when we stop the criticism, when we stop the bringing down, the pulling down syndrome. You know, that's the funny thing. I live in an environment which is actually Asian dominated. I live in London, but I normally tell people I don't live where the Africans live. I don't live where the Africans live. I spend most of my time in Southeast, but I don't live in Southeast London. I live in the west of London. But do you know what happened? I live in an area which is actually an Asian-dominated area. Do you know someone will see their brother? As long as they see that person is doing fine, they will start one small within their shop. They will start one phone business. Just be fixing small phone with this little talent they have. They will help that person to progress. Come after a year or two, you will see that man have got a big shop, not just fixing phone, selling videos, television. Who is going to buy it? The same black people, the same Africans that are bringing their own brother down. They're the one going to buy it, right? But we Africans, if we see someone, let's say now you see Noble Television doing things, instead of going to tell someone, oh, come and advertise in Noble, they say, oh, this one, they don't even know what they're doing. Yeah, people. No, start complimenting your black brothers. Start supporting them. Start advertising for them. Word of mouth. Tell people what they do. Support each other. They say united we stand, divided we fall. If Africans are divided, they will definitely fall. If Africans are united, we will stand firm and build a proper economy here in the diaspora. We are all educated. You've got people with PhD, master's degree, undergraduate degree. You've got people who they have got MVQs. You've got people who are talented workers. People who know they're going, they know their job. But all we need to do for us to build a better economy is for us to love each other. If we start selling love, we will make more profit as black people. Because now we sell hate. You see someone doing something, instead of supporting them, you go and criticize them, you go and talk about them, you go and spread bad rumors about them. People will even want to go, if you have a restaurant, they want to even go and put rat or cockroach somewhere so that they'll spoil your business. If we stop spoiling business for one another, we start to lift each other up, we start to empower each other, we start supporting, loving. Do you know when you love someone, you can do anything? The price I pay for loving, when you love someone, you pay the price for loving the person. Yeah, when you love someone, you pay the price. So when we start loving each other, give me some love. Let me see if you're loving me now. Give me some. I hope you haven't got angry because I said we don't love each other as black people. No, give me some love. Let me see. Because the price we pay for loving each other will be making profit, a better economy, a better Africa. Because do you know we spend most of the time we work money here, we send it abroad, we do businesses here. But lots of businesses close because people are trying to pull them down. People are trying to criticize them. People are trying, they might not even know as much as you are. They might not even be as talented as you are. But instead of promoting you, instead of supporting you, they'll try to bring you down. If we stop that, we start loving each other, supporting black businesses, promoting black businesses, Africans will be able to make a better economy. We've got rich people investing in each other. Do you know, I will say something. It's not because the person is here in front of me. If you see someone who have talent, yeah, tell them, I've seen this talent in you. Do you know, I would have never thought I would be a presenter until when I came in contact with Mr. Noble, yeah? And then he looked at me. I was talking about, I came actually to do my own business. I was talking about African Business Women because I am the founder of African Business Women. What I do is like help other African women to market their own business. We do events and other things. So I came to talk to him about that. And he looked at me and said, do you know you can be a presenter? I looked at him and I was like, I didn't want to say no, but in my mind I said, presenter. He said, just give it a go. Come and see. I did the first one. I don't know how it was. Well, I'll go back. I'll go back. But with time, I've learned. I've met other people who have invested in me. I have met people. I cannot be the person I am now if people haven't believed in me. I have mentors. I have people. Get someone that you can mentor. I have someone who is a great mentor who've mentored me. Who've actually, we disagree. Don't get me wrong. We disagree. But we come to a point which we know where each other stand. Yeah? I've got people who've believed in me. Because there are times when you will not believe in yourself, but people will believe in you. Start believing in one another. Start believing. Even if you think, as long as you see what the person is doing, yeah? You see, okay, this mark that you've drawn, this pen mark, if she do it that way, she draw it here, she will get a triangle. Help them to get that triangle in their life. Support each other. Mentor kids. Mentor people. You know, it's funny. I was talking today to someone about people like want to copy you. I will tell you my journey didn't start now. My journey started when I was a teenager. People look at me and say, oh, you can be an artist. And you started developing. Everything you do in life, you build it up, build it up. You gain confidence while you're doing things. You learn things. You get experience. You get good and bad experience. But start believing in each other. Let's start looking for talented individuals, talented youth, talented people, people that are doing business. Say, oh, can I help you? Can I buy? What are you selling? What can I do to help you in your business? We're not saying do business for free. Google came up with an idea which actually made people to exchange their talent. If you can exchange talent, do it. If you can exchange it in cash, do it. I'm not saying we can exchange it in kind. Don't take me where I'm not going. No. On a serious note, if you can do talent exchange, do it. When I mean talent exchange, maybe I am a presenter and what you do hairstyle or you do makeup. You can make me look beautiful. When I come to the program, I'll look nice. Yeah. That's the same thing. If you're selling clothes, I can buy your clothes and wear and come to the program. Things like that. Start investing in each other. Start helping people to be great. No one starts a great journey by being who they are on day one. It's a journey, it's a step. Africans, I like this question this man have asked. He have actually made my day. Because it would have been like a whole topic. But this is what we need to do. The Asians, what they do, yeah? They help each other, they love each other, they work with their brothers. I live in Harrow. I have to bring my business down to Southeast for me to get more customers. Because they will not see, if they want accountant, they will go to their brothers and do accounting. If they want restaurant, they will go to their own restaurant. But do you know what? Black people or Africans will go to Chinese restaurant. They've got African restaurant, they will not go there. I don't say you don't get varieties, you get varieties. I work with everyone, I talk to everyone. For me, I have different kind of friends. You can't expect me to live in Harrow and then I just get African friends. They're not there. I work with different people. I work with all walks of life. For me, when it comes to people, I love people. So we need to start loving each other. We need to start working with each other. Then we'll create a better resources. We have the resources in Africa. We use our talent wisely. Then people start hearing about us. We start forming our own businesses. Start bringing businesses together, collaborating. But don't collaborate with your competitors. That's not collaborating, that's merging. When you merge businesses, I'm not talking about merging. Because sometimes people say, oh, collaboration. I cannot collaborate. If I am a presenter, I cannot collaborate with a presenter. Unless if I want to do something on media that we all can do together, which we have to do it. Like when you see when these musicians came together, when they sing that, like We're the World, they do it for a good cause. If you're doing things for a good cause, you can collaborate with someone in your same field. But when you're doing businesses, Tesco, I've never seen Tesco and since we're doing one program, even though they support different good causes, but everyone will do it on their own. Work with each other, support each other, love each other. That's what I want us as Africans to do. Then we'll become great business people. Africans will have the talent. We're good. We're talented. We're nice people. Let's begin to share that. You know the love we feel back home. When we were back home, in those days when we used to grow, when you can go and sit on the floor and eat with with your neighbors, that's what we need to bring back here. Like how they say, bring back our girls. That's the same thing we're going to do. Let's bring back the love we used to have in Africa. Let's bring back the kindness we used to have when we were back home. Then we'll begin to work with each other. Let's forget the hate we practice here. Down the hate and begin to love each other, begin to support each other, and then we'll be able to do business. Thank you very much, Mr. Michael, for that contribution. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you're watching. Keep tuning to this program. Share this program. Share it to people. I would like to contact you. I would like to contact you because watching you, how will I contact you? You can contact me on Noble Television. Just ask for Bernadette, or you can contact me on my mobile. My details are on Facebook anyway. You can just, because I've just shared it, so you can just tag me and we'll be able to talk. We will contact Mr. Noble. You know where to find me. Not all the time, but sometimes. When I'm a good girl, he knows where to find me. I'm always around, so contact me, make an appointment, book an appointment. This number to call the phone is 0742 4207782. If you want to talk anything about accounting, you can contact me on 078-6141-7703, and I'll be able to talk to you more about accounting. Good question. Starting a business, who else? Yes, sir. So when it comes to business, let's start doing this and we'll be able to work well. Let's put things in place, get a system. Like we're talking about database, take people's data, contact them, send them messages, just send them a love. Just be loving them, just be loving them. Don't do things because you're comfortable. There are things I do, even though I'm not comfortable in doing it, I try my best to do it. Let's try our best to do things even when we're not comfortable in doing it. Let's try our best. Let's try to listen to things. Find out what are people saying about you. I know people say, oh, I don't care what people say about you. Care. Just put things right. Someone was advising me, and well, actually he's my mentor, and was telling me something. I did something that I just did it in a carefree way. And he said, integrity. Integrity is more important in life. Your reputation. Those are his exact words. Your reputation. Let's love each other. Let's work with each other. Let's do business in the right way. Get a mentor. Get people to mentor. If you know you have skills, you have expertise, mentor people, mentor youth, mentor adults. It's not just youth, because sometimes when you talk about mentorship, people think it's just youth. I do have a mentor. As brilliant as you think I am, as educated as I am, I don't have a mentor. I ask people, when I need financial advice, I get people who advise me. When I need spiritual advice, I do have spiritual mentors. I do have mentors. I do get people that I talk to. Get a mentor. Find people who are good in their game. Find people who have done it before you. And let them be able to show you what to do. Let them take you through the way. There is a saying which says if you sit on someone's, on the shoulder of a giant, you can be able to walk well. Because don't forget that you're not stepping on the floor. You're just sitting, you're just resting, and the giant is stepping, boom, boom, boom. You see, so that's good. Get things right. Do marketing. Contact us on Noble Television. We'll be able to market your program for you. We'll be able to market your business, whatever thing you're doing. Contact us on Noble Television, and we'll be able to market your business well for you. Do marketing, advertise. See what do you need to advertise? Where do you need to advertise? Is it tele? Where? Is it a newspaper? Is it online? Do I need to use things like QuickBooks? What system do I need to get? Talk to your customers. When you talk to your customers, you'll be able to know what they want. Be the first person to offer them what they want. You see the way I'm leaning to talk to you. So that means it's important. Be the first person to offer them what they want. Be able to offer them a timely. Information, when you get information at a timely basis at the right time, you will be able to succeed. You'll be able to work it well. So if you have any question, anything you want to ask, just ask me and we will be able to answer it. Anything, any question, whatever you want to ask when pertaining business, running the business, I will be able to answer you. Find out who is your competitors. How are they doing? What are they doing? What they're pricing, so that you get the pricing right. Pricing is very important when it comes to business. If you get the right pricing. If you are selling a high-end goods, if your business product is expensive, sell it at the right price. If you're selling a low-end good, sell it cheap. The quality of the goods determine the pricing. I'll make a whole program of pricing. Pricing is very important. You might be surprised and you might think, when I tell you things that will benefit your business. I'm not telling you, I'm not sitting down here to tell you things to criticize people, no. I'm not sitting down here to tell you things to oppose people, no. That's not my job. My job is to improve your business. My job is to give you the idea that you need in your business. My job is to teach you what to do in the business. If you want to be a guest in this program as well, contact us on 074-2420-788. Next week, I'm going to get 2 guests. So if you want to be that 2 guests, contact me. Write it down here, and I will be able to send you the information and the address, and we will be able to talk with you. You want to come and contribute? Come have a seat here, and then you will be able to contribute. We're happy to get people that doing business. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your view. We want to know how you're doing your business. We want to know if you've been putting what you're learning into practice. Because practice makes perfect. No one is perfect. Pray for wisdom. Because if you get wisdom, you use these things right. So I am going to end this program now, and thank you very much, our viewers, for watching us. We hope you enjoy it. If you have any question, send it to me, and I will be able to answer your question. I love you all. Thank you very much for watching this program. You're watching us live from Noble Television. Live from Noble Television. I'm your Noble presenter for today. My name is Bani Abu. So thank you very much, and we love you all. We hope you join us in our next program. We hope you want to come and be our guest. We would like to have you as our guest. We would like to get your contribution. We want to share your program. We want to share your businesses. If you want to come and advertise with Noble Television, contact us on 074-2420-7882. And we will be able to get you your business, your services, whatever you're doing, whether it's a project, advertise with us, contact us, and we'll be able to walk you through what you need to do in order to improve your services. Thank you once again, viewers, for watching us, and we hope you have a blessed day. We hope your business will be successful. We pray that you have a successful business. We pray that your business will grow. Because when your business grows, then we'll get customers. You will never know. Maybe you come to advertise on Noble Television. Maybe you want to do other things that you do in a live program. You can get us there. We'll do your red carpet for you. You know, things like that. So I pray for you to have a successful business. I pray that when you go to your businesses tomorrow, the hand of God will be upon your business, because we want a successful business. We want to build a better African economy. We want to build a better businesses. We want to build successful businesses so that we'll leave that legacy. So people will be calling our name even when we die. Our great-great-great-grandchildren will have that legacy of the businesses we're doing. So that's it. Thank you very much once again, and have a great day. We love you all. Bye for now. I'm your Noble presenter, Bernadette Tabu, live on Noble Television. Goodbye.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes, because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.